Hello and welcome to the show. My name is John and today we're checking out the NVIDIA Shiled 2017. Now, this is a set-top box device. It runs Android TV 7.0 and has all the bells and whistles like Netflix, Hulu, Amazon Prime Video, Spotify, you name it. But at the same time, being an NVIDIA product, it actually acts as a gaming console as well and has some pretty heavy gaming capabilities as an NVIDIA product. So let's jump right into it and check it out. Now, design-wise, it's actually a hell of a device. I really like the way it looks and the whole triangle edgy thing it has going on. I really think it complements the whole thing really nicely, and being black and really stealthy, it will easily blend in with your setup no matter where the place you're gonna put it. It's actually quite small as well. Here is a comparison with a PS4 controller. You can tell that it's actually as big as this, so apparently it's not really gonna be that big, and this is actually the first weird thing because, well, being a gaming console-like device, it really has a really small form factor, much like a set-top box. Being a set-top box, it also comes with a remote, which looks really nice and sleek and is made out of aluminum. For me, it actually looks a lot like the Apple TV 4th generation remote, but that's not necessarily a bad thing considering that it has all the nice features and supports voice commands, so you can actually have Google Assistant by your side and command it whatever you want it to do, from searching for movies, to YouTube videos, to launching an application, to whatever the case might be for you. On the rear, you will find two USB 3.0 ports for connecting something like a gaming peripheral charging cable, let's say, or maybe some external means of storage. It also has a power input, HDMI output and Ethernet input, and you do want to take advantage of that gigabit Ethernet that this little device has, because if you want to game on it or stream 4K HDR capable content, you will need a good and solid connection to the internet. The only complaint I've got is actually the gloss triangle at the top. You see, this thing will get scratches and fingerprints, and let alone dust, even if you breathe on it, and I absolutely hate that because you will constantly, especially if you have it outside and not inside an entertainment cabinet, you will constantly want to wipe it down if you're an OCD freak like me. Performance wise, it's actually nothing but powerful. It has the custom made by NVIDIA Xtra X1 processor. It has a good 3GB of RAM, which for the tasks that this little thing can do, it's well more than enough, and has either 16 or 500 GB of internal storage, which can be upgraded of course by using an external means of storage, either this being a USB or an external hard drive. It can also output 4K and HDR as well as 7.1 surround sound via the HDMI port, so I could say that, well, it's a pretty beast of a system. Now, it's by far the best and most powerful set-top box out right now, and it will also not fail to deliver every single frame and not drop a single one if you're gaming, whether through NVIDIA games or Android games. Speaking of games, the biggest feature of this whole device is the fact that it can run games. Now, being an Android TV, it does have access to the Google Play Store and all the games that the Google Play Store comes with, meaning the Asphalt 8, Crossy Roads and 1,000 to way too many titles that the Google Play Store currently has on the whole system. Now, some of the games are optimized and will run better on the NVIDIA Shiled, which you can find on the NVIDIA app of the system, but other than that, you can definitely find every single Google Play Store game and download it onto your device and play it either via a controller or via the remote. But the biggest thing here is NVIDIA's bells and whistles, GameStream and GeForce Now. Starting with GeForce Now, it's actually a streaming service, if you may, for games. You can access it via a monthly fee, and you will basically have access to many titles, many gaming titles, which you will be able to stream directly from NVIDIA servers. Essentially what happens is that just like streaming a movie, but instead of actually getting a movie onto your device, you're actually getting the gameplay itself after it's been rendered, much like using a computer, onto NVIDIA servers somewhere on the cloud. Now, on the website, they do say that they use for this rendering NVIDIA GeForce 1080 Ti's, which might actually be more powerful than what you have on your current system. If you're not feeling like paying some little bit of money every month to have this access to games, and you have many games onto your Steam library and essentially your computer, well then you can actually take advantage of what's called NVIDIA Game Stream. Now this is another feature of this thing which, well, you can basically use for the same way much like as you use the NVIDIA servers, your computer, and essentially render games onto your computer using the actual power of your NVIDIA GeForce graphics card and then streaming it onto your network and onto this little device. In order to do that, you need to have the NVIDIA Shiled and your computer connected to the same network, and also have a relatively powerful graphics card in order to render the games and then stream it. I mean, if you don't have a powerful graphics card, you might actually find yourself dropping frames during gameplay. Now, for my experience, it was actually quite good. My system runs on a GeForce 1070 and I was able to play PUBG onto this system with little to no latency and a solid 100 plus frames per second. But bear in mind guys, this is by no means a gaming device for the hardcore gamers. It's essentially something to use if you don't feel like using the small monitor of your PC in order to play games in a more laid back and chill way onto your big TV screen. Entertainment wise, it can actually run Netflix, Hulu, Amazon Prime, and obviously YouTube, and if your subscription supports it, you can even stream at 4K HDR. Of course, you would need to have a compatible TV as well. Now, this is though nothing surprising considering those whole, capabilities that this little thing has, and honestly, well, that's just working as expected. Something really cool though is the fact that it actually has Chromecast built in, given that it has Android TV, and this lets the Chromecast built-in functionality be used for something like streaming through the Google Home or your phone or tablet, depending on what you need to stream on it. Just like you have a Chromecast, so essentially this replaces if you have an HDMI slot taken up by a Chromecast. But let's reach a bottom line here. Now, for my opinion, this product is actually a brilliant execution of a second generation of a product, given that this is actually the second gen, the 2017 version of the NVIDIA Shiled is smaller, better, and all around great no matter what you need to do with it. It's also a great concept considering that many people want to casually game on their big screens but don't really have the capability to use something like a gaming console nor build a second media and gaming oriented PC for their TV set or living room or whatever the case might be. My only gripe and if you may quirk with this thing is the fact that you actually have a base price of 150 pounds and also the base storage is actually 16 gigabytes. That's not cool. You might be installing many games on this thing and even having movies on it, so you do want to have at least, like say 300 gigabytes of storage. Apart from this little detail, I would say that this is a great product and I would doubtlessly recommend it to everyone. But anyways guys, that's about gonna do it for me in this video. If you like it, be sure to drop a like and also subscribe, as I upload twice with pretty interesting videos. And also guys, be sure to go check out the previous video if you've missed already. But other than that guys, my name has been John and I'll see you again in the next video. Goodbye.